Hey there! So today we have another review, and this is another beer from Untitled Art in collaboration with Brewery. This is a chocolate macaroon imperial stout, and I actually have a little bit to talk about Untitled Art. If you not just want to skip ahead in the review, please do. So, Untitled Art, I might have explained it before. This is an interesting project. It involves Levi Funk of Fun Factory, and then also Octopi Brewing. So, Untitled Art is a series where they have an artist. This one is specifically from Stephanie Heyman. Pretty cool, kind of. They do this fun kind of abstract kind of art, and so each one has an art with it. But what is Untitled Art? It is a series brewed by Octopi. I've never heard of Octopi Brewing before. I recently listened to a podcast. I believe it's not Full Pints, but you guys can correct me if incorrect. But so Octopi is actually a huge regional contract brewery, which makes sense. How do we see these beers all the way out in Florida? So this is reminiscent of a brewery like Two Roads. Two Roads produces Lawson's beers, Evil Twin, they do Carton, they do Stillwater, they used to do Blue Point, tons and tons of beers. And this means that the brewery is quite big. So that you have a really large brewery that only needs to make a certain amount of beer for a specific brand, Octopi. And then they also brew a lot of regional beers, so they contract. So they're really, from what I understand, Octopi is actually a brewery that makes a lot of beer for the regional breweries. They're a 50-barrel brew house, and they can push into 200 barrel fermenters, and that is a lot of beers. There are some really tiny mano, really small breweries that 200 barrels is what they produce in the entire year. So that's a lot of beer they can produce. They produce obviously for contract, but they also can do cool brands like this. So this is in collaboration with Cerebral out of Denver, Colorado. Denver. This brewery, Cerebral, is one of the new hype breweries doing tiki sour IPAs and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, New England style IPAs. So one of the cool, crazy breweries to do collabs with. And the brewer himself actually came from a good amount of experience from the cool side of Miller Coors, so when they were doing these like fancy different kind of brands. And so there are different non Miller Coors kind of brands in his previous history that he worked on. So this one specifically is chocolate macaroon imperial stout. A lot of the beers they don't actually give information about; they just describe what it is. So let's dig into this one. So the beer pours in a pretty black color, pretty dark, and you can actually see it on the head that the beer is quite dark. It doesn't completely film the glass, but it has a pretty dark head. So that's generally for me how I tell how dark the beer is.
I'd say it's like even 44 plus.
Yeah, I mean that's 40 around. This is as dark as you get with Imperial Stout, and beautiful head on there, tiny bubbles. Yeah. Ooh, wow! What the hell they throw in there?
I'm so excited about this.
They threw a lot of vanilla in here, from what I can tell.
Whew.
That is so much vanilla. It has this kind of
dark chocolate, coconut.
Is it coconut? Yes, what is coconut? It's coconut vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. It maybe not even vanilla. It's just so sweet that I suspect it's coconut and vanilla.
This I feel is going to be very sickly sweet,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still super excited.
If you guys like those Southern Tier creme brulee, that's like the history of pastry stout. Before pastry stout was even a thing 5+ years ago, they're putting out these creme brulee Southern Tier beers with the chocolate and stuff. It smells like that. Sickly sweet. It's very syrupy.
I can almost taste it in my mouth. It's so strong.
There's no hazelnut, but there's a toastiness of the caramel. There's also a little bit of booze on the nose.
I could totally see hazelnut though.
But chocolate, the sweet, stickly kind of chocolate, along with like coconuts and vanilla,
the fudge that you put on ice cream, like hot fudge.
But it's more than that. There's a little bit of that complexity of the coconut and all that.
No. I'm talking about the chocolate smell. It reminds me of hot fudge.
Hot as well. It's boozy. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, you like that?
I do.
No, the flavors is fine, but you're right. This beer is stickingly sweet.
Sickeningly sweet.
Stickingly. It's all sweet. It's very sweet.
I can't even talk. I'm so tired.
That's what happens with the 3-month-old, but
yeah. I like this.
Oh god, it's so sweet up front. Oof,
I guess I definitely again I taste the dark chocolate, cocoa nib, espresso. It's not bitter. It's very smooth. It's like a smooth espresso. Coconut, vanilla.
Yeah.
I think there might even be some caramel.
Yeah. Caramel sweetness.
Yeah, like there is. I do taste like some kind of hazelnut, like toasted hazelnuttiness.
Nutella.
Yeah. Um, it seems like there's like maybe like brown sugar or molasses, which
Molasses, I get it.
I mean essentially brown sugar is just sugar with
But,
molasses
yeah.
in it, but it's very very deep and rich flavor. Not something that you can't kick back with a 6-pack of this, like unless you want a tummy ache.
They sell in a 4-pack. They also sell some of their beers in 16 ounces. It makes sense to put this in a 12-ounce can.
Mm-hmm.
I also would recommend that there are these actually 8-ounce cans that are produced on the market.
Oh.
Almost no breweries do it. Last brewery I saw that it was at Brewery. 8-ounce would be perfect for this one.
Yeah, I think Bud does it too.
Yeah.
You think have little tiny itty bitty cans.
What's your final impression and rating on this one?
I really like this. I mean, I kind of knew what I was getting myself into with chocolate macaroon imperial stout. I mean, I kind of knew it was going to be sweet. If you've ever had a chocolate macaroon, I knew it was going to be sweet, and I knew it was going to be thick. So it was kind of what I was anticipating. Again, not one that is crushable, but it's a pretty good dessert beer.
Yeah.
And I think even being at 12%, it doesn't really taste like 12%. Sure. Like I don't think it tastes like.
I think it does, but for me it does. I can tell it's probably around there.
Okay, maybe a little bit.
The booze is pretty vomit.
I don't know. I perceive that more as like dark chocolate.
Sure.
Espresso. I don't know. I think this is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've been disappointed by any of the Untitled Art drinks we've had so far. This is like what, the 3rd or 4th one that we've done.
Really good stuff.
And
wide range of styles.
Yeah. We've done some New England styles.
Michelada sour.
Yeah, that one was interesting. I think this might actually be my favorite so far from Untitled.
I think the Equilibrium is actually better.
You think so?
I forget which one is some kind of flavored imperial stout.
I like this one. This was exactly what I was anticipating. Even deeper in flavor. So I think my rating for this one. Shoot, I haven't had a good stout in a while. I'm gonna give it a 96.
Okay. For me, the initial flavors are quite intense. It generally, as a mindset of the base flavors, are sweet, boozy, up front, back end. That's just generally what it tastes. But there certainly is a complexity to this beer. There is just those decadent flavors, and it's not single one toned. A little bit like those Southern tier beers. If you like those Southern tier beers, I definitely recommend this one. If you like creme brulee, chocolate, whatever they've done, they recently put on draft at work the chocolate milkshake stout.
Where at?
At Brew.
Oh.
And so this has a nice complexity to it. There's hazelnut, there's toasted coconut, there's molasses, there's brown sugar, there's caramel, there's chocolate syrup, there's vanilla. There's all kinds of things going on underneath that sweetness. It's quite big and boozy.
Baking cocoa, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, this is pastry stout. And in the end, pastry stout in general, in my mind, has to be somewhat, despite being unbalanced beer and the intense flavors it has and sweetness it has, I like a little bit more balance, a little bit more edge to dry the beer out. The beer is also quite boozy. I think a great example, I mean, if you guys are lucky enough to try Angry Chair, those beers are way more drinkable than this, despite their ABV. And they use the adjuncts pretty well. And the adjunct flavor is great in here, but it just doesn't quite...
Chocolate martini. This reminds me of a chocolate martini. I don't remember where I used to get that.
Espresso martini is also a thing.
Yeah.
So espresso chocolate martini, something like that. This for me is a little bit messy, but still quite good. Let's go with an 89.
What? You I think you rated. Oh no, but yeah.
Oh, it's hot.
It's so good. I feel like it'd be even better if it warmed up more.
I don't know about that.
I like this.
Okay. That's fine. 89. I'll go with an 89. If I'm generous one night, I maybe give it an A-, but it's in that range. I wouldn't give it an A.
You're not particularly a sweets person anyway.
I like my sweet beers, but anyway. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Let me know what you guys think about Untitled Art. I hope that helps a little bit some of that explanation. Cheers. Later, guys.